Okay, guys, we got a special DockSide TV episode for you today. This one's a real treat. We're going to go out with Captain Chris Roberts, who's one of the premier fishermen on the whole Gulf Coast. He's fantastic. And we're going to target big speckled trout. But what we're going to really use is, and show you guys how effective this is Carolina rig and plastic. And our main lure is going to be a TKO shrimp, which we're going to add some more of these colors to our website, and you'll be getting these in a monthly bait box, so make sure to subscribe to that. Our TKO, it's a product made by H&H, who we do a lot of business with, and we're going to add some colors to it. This is our original color we've been selling forever, but we put some more colors to the test, and we also use the old trusty shrimp Creole in the beginning of this episode. Both of these items will be in your monthly bait box here, so make sure you subscribe to this and enjoy this episode of DockSide TV. You're going to learn a lot on fishing high winds and high current for big speckled trout.
Just hooked up. Yeah, strong. Solid. Alright, it's about middle of April, and if you've ever watched any of the DockSide videos, around this time of the year, we're generally hanging out around the bridges. We got a southeast wind, big southeast wind. We got a hard incoming tide. So naturally, we're going down and going to go fish the bridges, because what will happen is this part of the bridge, in this area, is going to have the cleanest water in the lake because it's semi-protected. We've kind of been fishing up and down the bridge the last couple of days. The water's filthy, but when you get this area of the bridge, and it's clean. So again, if you watch some of the videos before, southeast wind, hard southeast wind in the evening time, April, full moon's coming up, hard incoming tide, and those fish are eating. So let's see if we can put a few fish in the boat. Ooh, oh. Look at that, son. I can engulf that shrimp Creole. And the reason we're choosing shrimp Creole, y'all generally hear us say match the hatch this time of the year, right? So this time of the year, the lake has not been known, to hold shrimp, but that's what will happen is the brown shrimp will start moving in this time of the year, the springtime, all right? And we're just matching what they're feeding on, or what they should be feeding on this time of the year. Look at that, son. That's what I'm talking about. Big, beautiful yellowmouth shrimp Creole. Oh, man. That was a good fish. You didn't see that. Chaz knocked it off my line on purpose. But, again, we're using shrimp Creole, hard incoming tide. And I always tell people, in the spring, you want an incoming tide, because if it's an incoming tide in the spring, it's bringing new life. Spring brings new life to everything. So it's bringing new life into the lake. Water's coming out of the sound, out of the Gulf, heading this way, pushing all the bait fish this way. And in the fall, you want the opposite. Everything's leaving the lake. So normally you'll fish the east side of the bridge. Right now we're on the west side of the bridge, and we're fishing because it's hard incoming tide, and it's springtime. Spring brings new life. Incoming, fall, outgoing. See if we can catch another one. Bigger. Big, healthy Lake Pontchartrain speckled trout. This is what they're supposed to look like this time of the year. Shrimp Creole, 3/8 ounce golden eye. You know, you don't really, it probably help to have shrimp, but you really don't need it this time of the year because they're, you know, fish are just coming into the lake, or some of them have been in the lake and they're just in that feeding mode. We're just getting something that mimics a shrimp, you know, looks similar to it. And then that's all we're doing. And then they're gorging on it. Look at that. Big, healthy fish. Yellowmouth. Another one for the box. Ooh, salt. Look at that. Kind of switched it up a little bit. The tide is continuously starting to rip through here on the bridge, right? So a lot of times it's hard to get down to the bottom with a 3/8 ounce jig head. So what we'll normally do with that, we'll switch to a TKO shrimp for Matrix Shad, TKO. Matrix Shad also sells them in the Shrimp Creole color. We're using a 1 ounce bass sinker. It's 1 ounce. The reason we're using a 1 ounce, make sure we keep it to the bottom. Using just a regular barrel swivel and about 18 inches of leader line. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 24. And basically what this mimics is, you're keeping it to the bottom, bail sinker, the shrimp is sitting up in the current, like normal shrimp, right? So you're jigging it up and just letting it hit the bottom. So when it hits the bottom, the shrimp will just float up and float down slowly, right? And it just triggers a reaction strike. There, easy setup. When the tide's ripping, something to keep it down on the bottom, and you'll catch them with it every time. And generally what they'll do is they're going to attack it just like a live shrimp. You just work it in the current, let it hit back down. You'll feel it pick it up, just like you would if you were using a live shrimp and a Carolina rig. You're going to feel the thump. Oh my! Look at that right there, son. He attacked that TKO. Again, strong current, working in the current. The fish was kind of far back. A lot of times that'll happen when you get that tide to ripping. You know, if they're not right on the pilings, then a lot of times they'll be back way off, you know, trying to get out of that current. And they'll be sitting there. Look at that, son. Come on. I don't know if I fall with them or what. Gotta be. I did foul hook him. Look at that. Caught him window shopping. Peeper squeaker. Caught him in the tail. Look how this. You know, that's probably a 12-inch fish. Look how thick he is across the back. You can't be Lake Pontchartrain trout, man. Golly. That TKO. Hard current. Spring, April. Oh, yeah. Another good one. Oh, yeah. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, ho, ho. Listen. It happens. That's why it's called fishing. But something that a lot of people make the mistake of when they're fishing the bridges and fishing, you know, in Lake Pontchartrain, they think the fish are directly on the bridge. A lot of time when the tide's ripping, right, like it is right now, them fish will be way, I missed him again. Them fish will be way off. There he is, just hooked up. Them fish will be way off the bridge. You can see that fish coming in. That fish is good 30 yards behind the bridge, off the bridge. And I mean, they are crushing it, son. Look at that. Look at that thing. Look at that. TKO shrimp. Changed the colors. I don't think color mattered. I think they're just ready to eat. And look at this. Look at that. Look at that little fat piggy. Oh, we're going to eat good tonight, son. Look at that fish. Either I got him good, he's foul hook. Oh, he's good. Engulfing that bait, man. They want it. They are hungry. Springtime. You know, they said if you don't come back with blood on the boat and you're fishing, you ain't doing something right. It need to be bloody and nasty. That means you catch a fish, man, right? Get him in the box. Look at that. That's a beautiful fish. Look at this. How dark he is in that water. Probably been hanging out in the lake. Look at that thing. Good night. He engulfed it. Look at that. He hit the net on this. Man, we thought it was a redfish, the way he hit, and pulled a little drag, but no, sir. Try to beat Jones with him. That thing, oh, look at that big mama. This is what happens when you don't open that spillway for a couple of years. You know, you don't force them fish out of Lake Pontchartrain, and this is the result of what you get. Now, this is a big, beautiful fish, and I am not going to keep this fish. I'm actually going to release her. All right, when you don't open that spillway, this is what you get. We're going to release her. This fish is way too pretty to keep. Gotta be as gentle as I can with her. Come on, girl. I need you to make some babies. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I just set the hook in another big old sow. Look at that thing. This is what we used to see in the lake. Oh. Probably gonna get off. Look at that thing there, son. Holy cow, baby. Hold on. I'm gonna get you. Hold on. Son. I'm here to tell you. Look at that fish. All body. Look at the head. It's small. Look at that fish right there. That is a ham bone. Good night. Come on. Look at that girl. Look at the back on that fish. I'll tell you what. This fish is probably 8 or 9 inches longer. She'll be every bit of 7 plus. Look at the gut on that fish. Again, this is a baby maker. We don't need to eat this fish. We're going to let her go. We're catching too many, 16 inch fish. Let me get her back in the water. She's a baby maker. We got to get her back in the water, son. Come on. Oh, yeah. Strong. Solid fish. Oh, man. Look at that. Got another one on. Carolina rigging that TKO shrimp. Even changed colors just to see if it make a difference. A good fish, man. Oh yeah, son. Look at that. Got that dark back on him. That Lake Pontchartrain class fish. And another thing somebody will ask to say, hey, what kind of leader you use? 17 pound. I use 17 pound matrix shad line, and just 17 will hold everything. And you use about a 20-inch leader. Look at that thing, son. That is beautiful. Well, another big, beautiful trout, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of DockSide TV. Make sure you subscribe to the monthly newsletter and subscribe for the new bait box to see these new TKO baits that's coming out, along with the shrimp Creole baits, right? And just remember, when the weather looks like it's going to be nasty and windy, don't stay home. Go fishing, because you got fish like that looking to be caught. Until next time, tight lines for Captain Chris. And DockSide TV. Another one for the block. Get him on in here.